Hey everybody, this is Pam with Trust in Your Process. I decided to show you my little bit of morning before I go through my soulful scripting and talk about what I've got planned for today. Something a little unusual, but I thought about it. I've been thinking about it, and when I did one of my DoorDash runs yesterday, I found the spot that I was looking for. I had lost track of it, and now I'm able to do it. So I'll let you know what that is. But in the meantime, I'm making some apple cider vinegar tea with honey and a little bit of lemon. I try to start my day with this each morning before I put coffee in my system. It's not always an exact science, but it's more than not. So again, it's not about being perfect, it's about being me. So that's quick. I just boil some water, sprinkle some apple cider vinegar. I use the Briggs. Uh, Throw me some honey. I'm working on getting better honey because I know there's value in honey, and I'm manifesting and attracting the best honey to me. So let's go sit down. All right. So this one is a little bit different because I am starting out. I literally got up at 4 o'clock this morning, and or maybe even a little earlier than that. I couldn't sleep. I had a lot on my mind, so I decided to just sit up and see what came to me. Some interesting things came to me. In a video that I'm going to do, a couple of topics came to me this morning. So what I do is I simply make my tea, and I set up in my bed, uh, and just take my journal, my composition book. I like to get the composition books that has the dots. So it's a dotted composition book. And a quick tip is that you get it around school time, and they are roughly about $2. So I buy, like, I now have one, two, three, four, maybe five new ones, and I've used maybe three. So I buy like 10 of them. That's going to last me, so I don't have to worry about trying to find them again. And as you can see, it's quiet in here. I just literally sit. I sip on my tea. I usually start my sessions with breathing, and I just let this time be my own. So I'm going to speed things up so that you're not sitting here literally watching me. And then I'll come back because I'm about to get ready for the day. I'm going to put on my lashes and we'll talk a little bit. All right, so I'll see you then. All right. I always feel better after I script. Um, I've noticed that in my studying, in my researching for my own scripting workshop, that others who have done similar things are calling scripting one thing, and I guess what I am doing, they're calling it soulful writing, or writing down your soul. So I combine the two. I choose to call what I do soulful scripting, that encompasses my communication with my higher self, but it also is a way to um, get out what's on my mind, get my thoughts out, and get them flowing so that I can receive messages, um, to answers that I may, and messages and answers to questions that I may have. I use it, I use my soulful scripting as um, kind of like a mentorship, I use my ancestors, uh, and I believe in ancestors, spiritual guides, which is all ultimately saying source. Um, I just feel like it's levels of understanding and relatability. So whatever works for you works for you. So I just have been doing it for so long. I used to use stones, um, and read the stones as a way to interpret the messages that were coming to me. I found the scripting, um, through a book that I read that talked about morning pages, and not necessarily found it. I found a term for what I was doing because I've been journaling for the longest, and I've been writing for the longest. Like I have several stories that I want to get out. Um, but when I go to read them again and I read back on them, it's clear that I am not alone in that journey of writing. So I do believe in having muses. I do believe that people who may have come before us and have transitioned or waiting to assist, I just feel like that is so comforting. That might be a lot of woo woo for you, but no worries. What you believe is what you believe. All right, so today I am sitting up here, um, about to put on my lashes. Now I found these lashes the other day, and I like them because the band on them are thin enough to put on my eyes. I usually like to put on my lashes when I don't have my contacts in because it allows me to see better. But ooh, that's a lot of light. But for right now, I'm just going to work with what I have because I can't see you guys and work with my lashes at the same time. So I have been jonesing for a tub, a bath. I have a shower in here and I have a tub, but it is too small. I am not trying to sit my behind in that little tub. It's just not gonna happen. And every few months, I want to be able to get a nice soak in a nice tub. So I did this before when I had that small stint in the van. I would rent me a hotel suite so that I can get a nice bath and a nice shower. And I did that this morning. Like it came to me to do that. Like I said, I was doing my DoorDash and delivered to this place that I had went before, and I was looking for it because it's tucked in an area that you can miss it. Also because it looks like apartment homes, uh, and it's owned by Marriott. So I found it yesterday. And again, I believe in signs. I was like, this is perfect. I knew I was going to attract to myself where that place was again. And it's in Kennesaw, which is not far from me. So I was able to get it at a decent rate. And I'm technically using the money that I've been making from my DoorDash to pay for it. Isn't that cool? So I'm going to check in is today at 3, and I am scheduled to do my DoorDash from 11:30 to 2. Today is a Saturday. By the time this goes up, it'll probably be about 2 or 3 Saturdays ago later, because I do have some videos already geared up and scheduled to go. And so I'm excited that I did that for myself as an act of self love. I was second guessing myself this morning, and I said, you know what? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. This is for me. And we are going in there and we're going to take a nice hot bath. I'm going to get me something, maybe some wine, and just chill in a suite in one of the suites, um and go from there. So by the time you see this video, I probably would have had done at least 3 or 4 little dashing sessions. And so far, so good. I mean, that's a lot of driving. But again, I like the idea that I can fire up the app and make some quick money. Alrighty. When I do this, one thing I do not like is that the glue gets on the tweezer and it lifts the whole lash up. So I kind of gotta wipe off the glue and go in again, which is not bad, but you kind of get used to it. It would be more ideal if I got it right the first time. So part of my scripting today was um, asking about the idea of bookkeeping as one of my side hustles. And I'm thinking, it's safe. It's it offers that job um, without having a job. It offers the flexibility. But I was asking, am I just trying to play it safe, you know, as opposed to venturing out with my, building my YouTube station and building my workshops and my personal products myself to try to sell. And it's so interesting. The guidance, my true self is so much more gentle than I am physically. It's it She's so much more gracious. Um it's like a nurturing parent, like definitely a feminine energy. And the answer that I received was basically, does it really matter? I mean, if go with what feels good for you, go with what feels good to you right now as you work through building other things. And, that might just sound so obvious to some people. And if it sounds obvious to you, then I think that's great, because that means you are at a level that I have yet to reach. Um, but I share this because I know there are other people like me who may need that reminder that you are not alone, that you have guidance, that you can call on, that's readily available to you. Um, just as a reminder. And the soulful scripting is just one avenue to get there. Prayer is another. As they say, you pray and you meditate for the answer. You pray because you're constantly talking and asking questions, um, and you meditate because you're quiet and you're trying to receive. Soulful scripting for me is both. I'm talking and getting my answers, maybe not all in the same session. I get answers to things that I've asked a while ago, and it'll pop up in one of my sessions, and I'm just like, oh yeah, that's the question or the answer to the question I was asking. It is hard to see. That's another reason why I like to do this with my contacts out, because I can get a closer view on this teeny little band, but we're going to make it work. So it is roughly about, I think it's like 8:30. Like I said, I've been up since 4, and I used to get up and do the morning miracle. When I read that book, I used to get up at 4. I said to myself, I'm going to keep maybe work my way back there, but I got to remind myself that I need to know why I'm getting up, not just because. And it's got to be something that resonates. Oh, I didn't put that glue all on that lash. Okay. And it's got to be something that resonates. And it's got to be something that I'm not doing just because others are doing it. At least for me. So, another question that I awoke to this morning was, who am I? Without getting all deep and whatnot, who am I really? Am I being who I am truly without the influence of the people who may have raised me? Am I doing things that my mother may have done that no longer serve me? Am I uh doing things that I learned from maybe my siblings that no longer serve me? How do I know what's really me? And that's the question. Where is my uh tweezer? Ah, it's in my hand. Ah, that's funny. I was trying to get this one lash off because I got glue on it, and I don't want to include that on my thingy-majiggy. That felt like that was like one of those phone situations, or the glasses. You know how you go, I can't find my glasses, and they're on your head, like they're up here somewhere, or you go, I don't know where my phone is, but you have it to your ear. That was truly one of those moments. All right, so we put on the next one. I remember when I first was trying to put on lashes, it was so hard to do. And something must have drew it to me because I stuck with it long enough to figure it out. Um, and isn't that always the case? If it's something about it, you like it, you're going to stick with it long enough to figure it out. And I think that's the case with my channel. I remember it was literally like almost 5 years ago that I decided that I was going to move out of my house, or my apartment rather, and live in my vehicle, because I needed something that was going to just make me just radically change, for me to unearth myself. I think is the word that I used, uh, to get me going, because I knew that I had gotten such a rut that I was not myself. whatever that meant. I didn't know what it was, but I know what it wasn't. Uh, and how long ago that was, and me just sticking with it and just sticking with it. Okay, I think I have some lashes on. So got up, I packed my stuff so that I won't forget it, like my contact lens solution, my lotion, stuff like that. The stuff that I don't want to have to come back for. And my computer, my make sure I take my scripting journal with me and just spend some time at the hotel or at the little motel suite and chill. I think I'm going to record it too, so be prepared for a little video of, if it's some content I think is worth sharing. So thank you for sharing my morning with me, viewing my little soulful scripting routine, and I will see you in the next video. And remember who loves you.